Hello, friends. I'm sure most of you know who I am by now. I'm Miss Lisa. I'm the teacher in Classroom 6, and I wanted to show you my Halloween story since we weren't able to do it together. But who doesn't love Halloween? So many cool things going on. And I have a scary story I want to read you. I know scary's not so great, but I think you're going to like this story, and it's fun to be just a teeny bit scared, right? So, let me see if I can work this radio, and then we'll get ready to go.
Skeleton Meets the Mummy by Steve Metzger. Illustrated by Aaron Zenz. When you hear this sound,
We know how to do that.
it's time to turn the page. Sammy couldn't wait to go
This is
trick-or-treating.
Sammy,
He didn't even need a costume.
because he's a skeleton.
Not so fast, his mother called. Sammy stopped with a click and a clack. I need you to bring this thermos of hot soup to Grandma Bones. There's a chill in the air tonight. But Mom, Sammy said, Derek is waiting for me.
His friend.
It's just a short walk through the woods, said his mother. You'll still have plenty of time to get candy with your friend.
Oh, he needed to help his grandma, though. There he goes.
Okay, Sammy said. He took the soup and stepped out into the Halloween night. It's kind of dark, Sammy thought, as he slowly walked through the woods. Flip, flap. Something flew past Sammy's head.
Oh, do you see what it was?
It's only a bat, he thought.
It's a little scary.
Whoosh, swoosh. Sammy froze with a shake and a rattle. Oh, it's only the wind, he thought.
It's only the wind. But that was a little scary.
Creak, eek. Sammy saw a monster. Oh, it's only a tree, he thought.
But it looked like a monster.
Scritch, scratch. Sammy heard the crunching of leaves. Something was following him. Sammy walked faster. Scritch, scratch. It was right behind him. What is it? Sammy wondered. He
Scary.
was afraid to look.
It's right behind him.
Sammy started to run.
Me too.
Scratch, scratch. It was still right behind him. Sammy looked back and saw
What do you think he saw?
a mummy.
Mommy. Oh no. I would run too.
Clack. Sammy ran as fast as he could, but the mummy ran fast too. Scritch, scratch. The mummy was getting closer and closer and closer. Huff, puff, huff, puff.
Oh,
Sammy was tired of running.
it's almost gonna
Sammy
touch
was
him.
tired of being afraid. Flippity flap, flippity flap. Sammy heard a flapping sound coming from the mummy, and then he had an idea.
What do you think his idea is?
Sammy turned around,
No
grabbed a
way.
loose piece of cloth, and pulled with all his might. He
Whoa.
pulled and pulled and pulled. The mummy spun and spun and spun.
Oh my goodness.
Sammy couldn't believe it. The mummy wasn't a mummy at all. It was
Isn't.
his friend, Derek. You scared me, Sammy exclaimed.
That was a good trick.
Well, it is Halloween, said Derek. And now that I've tricked you, it's time to get some treats. Okay, Sammy said. But before we start,
Yay,
I
trick
have
or
to go see
treating.
my grandmother.
Bad grown-up pun.
Don't you mean your grandmummy? Derek joked. Yeah, said Sammy. Race you there. Click, clack, click, clack.
The end. I hope you enjoyed my story of Skeleton Meets the Mummy. It sounds like it's a scary book, but was it really a mummy? No, it was his friend. That was a good trick. That's what happens on Halloween. If you see a mummy or a skeleton walking down the street, it's not real. It's a person dressed in a costume. So it's just to have a little fun. Being scared's a little okay, but thank goodness it was his friend. Just make sure you stay with your grown-up. In order to finish today, I thought we would make some mummies of our own. And I believe your teacher sent you this. This is what I want you to make a mummy out of. I gave you this guy, and I bet you have tape at home. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a grown-up help you rip off a whole bunch of pieces of tape, and you're going to stick them all over your mummy till he looks, poof, like this. Isn't that cool? And you're going to have to use either a marker maybe or a crayon, and you can draw yourself some eyeballs because mine has googly eyes and I didn't send you googly eyes. But I did send you the outline of the mummy. So make your mummy, maybe even take a picture of it and send it to your teacher. That would be kind of cool. I hope, my friends, that you have a very happy Halloween. I hope no mummies chasing you down the hall or down the street. But I also hope you do really well and get lots of candy when you're trick-or-treating. So, happy Halloween, friends. See you again soon.